Ladies and gentlemen, I bid you all welcome back, and I sure do apologize for rage quitting last time. It was about time to cut it off anyway, so it's not a big deal, but for some reason, since I've reinstalled this game, while I was trying to figure out the problem with the textures, for some reason, with this current install, I can't skip the cinematics anymore. I probably can reset something in the config file to do that. I just keep forgetting to take the time to actually do that. Now, what I want to do... Yeah, see, it's happening in here, too. Kind of annoying. But what I want to do... You see that fellow up there? When we get a little closer, he might be a little familiar. Now, for some reason, people freak out when you touch these doors in here. Sometimes. Yeah, see? Huh. I don't know why he doesn't like that. But anyway, let's have a word with this fellow. His name is Bullet. If you guys remember...
For Gomez.
Yeah, for him.
Have we here? Ain't you the guy I baptized earlier? What do you want? You come back for more?
I've come to stuff your big mouth for you.
Ha! Well, come here and give it a try, sonny.
Sure will. So he's still pretty tough. Not as tough as Cutter is. Except he still beat us because his sword has a bit more reach than ours does. Now, if you wanted to try, you could try and get him stuck on a glitch here in front of the desks. But if you do that, there's a chance he might actually pull out his crossbow. Shut up. So, that's not really ideal. If we get real up nice and close to him... Oh, it didn't work. Screw you. If my buttons will just work properly, why don't they work? It's so delicate to get the precise timing to make sure that you don't miss. Like, if it's too early or too late, you just won't do anything at all. Screw you. Sword of Fear. Let's take a look at that then. Ah, that's pretty damn good. So we beat up Bullet, got our just rewards. And there's not really much to be said about him. There's no real reward for beating him up. As far as I know, he doesn't really have anything to say afterwards. Maybe we'll pay him a visit again. You know what? Let's just go find out if he has anything to say. I think he just has one of the generic follow-up lines after you win a fight against somebody. And apart from that, you might be able to coax him into, like, an infinite number of duels. Are you joking? Are you fucking joking? You are joking, right? Come on! What are you doing? Oh, I guess he just wants to keep fighting. Well, here's the problem. Nothing works. Our HUD is gone. So Bullet has just fucked everything up. Fuck this guy so hard. Alright, let's see you fuck up my game again now, bitch. Hopefully no one ever comes this way and finds him dead.
For Gomez.
No one seems suspicious. There are scripts in this game for people to accuse you of murder, but I don't know if they can ever actually follow them up. In some of the later Gothic games, they actually will.
For Gomez!
For Gomes.
I've done it. At last I belong to the camp.
Congratulations, kid. You'd better stick close to Diego from now on. Only go to Gomez or Raven if you have something really important to say.
Will do. So, to clarify some of the things I said in the last episode, Gomez, of course, is the leader of the entire camp, but he has his agents in charge of everything. It seems like Diego is high-ranking in the Shadows, but he's not exactly the boss of them. It seems to me that the Shadows report directly to Raven for the most part. He seems to be the sort of master of espionage here, which is what the Shadows tend to fulfill. So, this is the chapel of the fire mages here. And this is the man we should approach.
You may not cross this doorstep unless Master Caristo allows it.
Oh, yeah?
I'm looking for the High Magician of the Circle of Fire.
That is Caristo. What do you want with him?
I have a letter for the High Magician of the Circle of Fire.
Are you a messenger from the outside world?
Yes, a magician gave me the letter shortly before they threw me into the colony.
Show me the letter.
Here it is.
This letter is addressed to Zardus.
What's so exciting about that?
Zardus has not been a servant of Innos for ages. He left us some years ago and turned towards black magic. He lives in a tower in the middle of the Orc land and concentrates on his studies. He said he would go his own way to find out what went wrong with the barrier. Wait here. I'll be back in a moment.
Now, this is a bit tedious, but it is cool that they actually go through this. They have Milton, who I like to call Melty, by the way. They have him run all the way to Caristo, as if he's delivering the letter. But, of course, he comes back a little too quickly for it to be believable.
Was beside himself with delight. He said that you may go to Torres and choose your reward.
Where can I find Torres?
He is in front of the temple building all day. At night, he is inside like all the others. But only magicians may enter the temple house, so you can only speak to him during the day.
Now, that might seem pretentious that the mages do not allow any of the other members of the camp into the chapel. And it turns out that that's actually simply a security measure. As we heard from Thor, someone tried to assassinate the High Mage of Fire several years ago, and seems to me that they just simply do not allow anyone inside, just to make sure that harm does not befall any of them.
Tell me something about the Magicians of Fire.
The Circle of Fire takes its powers from the grace of Innos. The God of Light, Truth, and Justice watches over us. The magicians consider themselves to be the chosen ones, and that's how they treat others. I was lucky to be admitted. Caristo made me his apprentice. He probably just wanted some entertainment. Since then, I've been trying to improve my magic skills every day in order to be admitted to the next circle.
So that there is the first time we hear the name Innos, who of course is the god of light and fire and justice. So, have we heard Beliar's name yet? I honestly can't remember. Well, that is a shame then.
I want to become a magician's apprentice too, just like you.
Caristo chose me because I did something special for the Ore Barons. Unless you do something truly exceptional, he will never consider you for apprenticeship. Besides, you must belong to the old camp. I doubt if Caristo would take a member of any other camp for his apprentice.
Well, so be it.
Seal?
We are a member of the old camp, but we have not really done anything special yet. There comes a turning point when you can either join the guards or the mages of fire. And, at that point, it's generally not, it's pretty much not a good idea to pick one side right away. You want to stick with the shadows for a little bit longer, but I will cross that bridge when we come to it, and I'll let you know exactly why that is.
You're very probably right. Greetings.
Greetings, magician.
May Innos watch over you. I trade in magic knowledge, and I can show you how to increase your magic powers.
Is that so?
I want to acquire magic writings.
So this guy sells scrolls for now, and in the next chapter, he will actually sell some tier 1 runes, basically. He's got really nothing else but these books here. Nothing really that special. These spell books here tell you the spells within a certain circle of magic, but they're not half as necessary here as they are in Gothic 2, because in Gothic 2 you can actually create your own runes, and it's important to know what magic circle it requires. We don't really need light spells. You know what, why am I selling stuff to this guy? He has no money. He was supposed to give us a reward.
Caristo sent me. I've passed the letter on to him, and I'm to choose my own reward.
You have done us a great service, and you shall have your reward. Choose carefully.
So you can get a Ring of Strength, Dexterity, Spell Scrolls, or Essence of Spirit. And I might as well take that, because we do intend to use magic at some point, and this is kind of a freebie.
I would like to have the potion.
A wise choice. You have picked the most precious of all gifts. Drink the potion, and your power will grow.
Now, in the Golden mod, for some reason, most of the potions did not actually have the appropriate values. So, the first time I noticed that problem, I tried to drink this potion, and instead of giving me 5 mana, it gave me 5 dexterity. That doesn't seem to be the case here, so these are functioning as intended. Alright, so you can talk to these guys. A lot of them have stuff to say. I wouldn't really say it's all that important. I don't even really remember most of these guys anyway. Most of the fire mages, that is. This guy's Scorpio. Let's have a word with him. Whoops. Oh, he doesn't have anything to say. He is essentially just the drill master for the guards. There's a trail of ore here. I've always kind of whoa. Always kind of wondered about this, like what this was leading to. Because, so far as I can tell, there's no getting down here this early. Yeah. The door is locked. We need a key for it. We will only be able to get that key much, much later in the game. Now, what are this? Oh, yeah. These guys. These guys are cooks here, essentially.
For Gomez. You should talk to...
These guys don't really have any unique dialogue, though. There's nothing special about them, but they still have names for some reason. It was actually kind of funny, the Valleya Tale of a Warrior mod for Gothic 2 actually did repurpose those characters and give them a much bigger role than they have in this game. Still no sign of Mud. I think he's just gone forever. Not that I'm complaining. We're gonna go have a nap. How much money do we have? Actually, we have more than enough to get the heavy shadow armor from Diego, which we might as well do. I don't think it has any requirements as far as your rank, essentially. If you were to join the guards, you can't get the medium guard armor until you've progressed a bit further in the story. And then for some reason the heavy guard armor is just never actually attainable. But we are not going to be a guard, so we're not going to worry about that. Alright, Diego. Let's get that armor.
Can I have armor like yours?
Do you have enough ore?
I do indeed.
What do I...
Oh, this doesn't matter.
From now on, you'll have... Yeah.
Alright,
Come back.
so that's that.
Take care.
Before we move on, let us equip this armor. We are now in very good shape. We have a lot of strength. We have good armor. And before we forget, we should take care of Grimm's little mission to go get that apparent amulet back.
I'm ready to go with you. Let's get the amulet.
Okay, let's do it then.
Let's do it. Lead the way, brother. So this guy's a swell guy. He's done a lot to help us. He's given us a lot of information. Overall, he seems like one of the friendlier characters here. I do like him. I'm glad he's been such a bro all along.
So, here we are, far away from your friend Diego. I'm to send you regards from Bloodwind.
You traitor! You sons of bitches. You have betrayed me. After I said so many wonderful things about you. Whatever, that's how you're gonna be. I'm stealing your stuff. Sons of bitches.
You'll be sorry for that.
Will I? Scumbag.
Slowly, you've won.
You've given me a fair thrashing, man. 'Twas a good fight, but now it's over.
So you idiot.
That's for
just
me to
wanted
decide.
trap me.
Hey, man, we're sitting in the same boat. I am not into digging in the mines either, so I'll do what the guards tell me. Then I'll be accepted soon. That I should whack you, of all people, is your own fault, really. Why did you have to start a bloody fight with the guards? Personally,
I don't owe them
I don't
shit.
dislike you. So what do you think? Peace or further fighting?
Peace sounds good.
I'm glad we see eye to eye on this. Let's forget about it. From now on, I'm on your side. If you ever have trouble again, you can count on me. I owe you some, after all.
Indeed. Peace sounds good. Now it sounds even better. You son of a bitch. Now, as far as I can remember, that is the extent of Bloodwind's actions against us to try and get us to pay up.
Hey, you!
Now what?
The time's come for you to prove you're a true friend. Just 10 ore and you're in. What do you say?
Hell no. I've dealt with everything you threw my way. I think I can handle myself.
See ya.
Take care of yourself, kid.
I wonder if I can actually beat him up without getting in trouble. Bloodwind's a tough bastard. He's got a reputation for that. But seems I am a little bit tougher. Oh, nope. Yeah, they're gonna kill me. So be it. Of course, Bloodwind's got a crossbow, so I can't exploit his AI to try and lead... Oh, wait, he doesn't have a crossbow.
A fight!
So let's see if we can get him the hell out of town. Still coming? How do you like it now, bitch? So you gave me 10 ore. Ha! And that's how we do, friends. We don't take no shit from nobody. So, let's just take a look. Big thing of the Brotherhood. That's what we have to do now. We could definitely take care of Lefty if we were so inclined. By the way, every admission quest you don't do ends up... Oh, geez, that was horrible. Every admission quest you don't do ends up being counted as a failed quest. So that's just something you have to live with. Alright. So, our current and really only task, then... Hang on, what's the weed merchant? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So we can't finish that. We just have to pony up some of our own ore to, Ooh. Nope, can't find him anymore. Alright, for some reason I thought you still could, even though now I remember that you never can. Once you fight Kareem once, it's over. And it's possible that once you become a shadow, it also won't let you fight him anymore because it doesn't matter anymore. But at any rate, since there's something I kind of missed a few times going by the swamp camp, and I just want to take care of it now. It's nothing big, but it is at least fairly amusing. See, there's a fellow sitting over here in the shade of the tree. Wonder what he's up to.
Hey, you!
Who? Me?
No, your grandmother. Who else could I mean? I wouldn't go down that way if I were you.
Why not?
You can't have been here long. Man, that's the way to the Orc land. They'll make mincemeat out of you.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Thanks. So that's very important. Going that way is a terrible, terrible idea. Of course, the fact that they make such a statement about that place, it's pretty obvious that we're going to have to go there at some point. But that's not going to happen anytime soon.
I'm glad you're here. I have news for you.
Good news, I hope.
Our Brotherhood's planning a really big thing.
What are you planning?
You don't say.
Break out?
The Gurus are trying to contact the Sleeper, but they need something to unite their powers.
Oh, and?
They need a magical object, a focus.
What's that got to do with me?
Talk to Iberian. He's the most powerful man around here. This is the opportunity to attain his favor.
Where do I find him?
Go to the temple. He rarely leaves it. Probably he feels closer to the Sleeper in those cold ruins.
Well, isn't that convenient? And here we have entered Chapter 2, which is important for many reasons. First, it respawns a lot of monsters out in the world, so it's more chance to gain experience. Second, gives a lot of new wares to merchants, so it also restores their funds, so we can sell more stuff to them again. Altogether, very important. And so we were never allowed to go see Iberian before, and he has not actually directly summoned us. I used to think that was what happened. For some reason, like, we've gained enough reputation in the colony that Iberian summoned us specifically. But it turns out Lester himself actually sent us there, and even though he's only a novice, apparently name-dropping him is enough to actually bypass the guards here.
Stop!
You can only enter the Temple Hill if you have a Guru's permission.
The novice Lester sent me. I shall offer my services to Iberian.
Lester is trustworthy, I know him. You may pass.
Well, thanks. Probably have some more glitching in here. So, for some reason, the fire in these braziers is not showing up. Oh, here it goes. Alright, here's Iberian himself, and much like Gomez, he has kind of surrounded himself with a harem of sorts. And nothing's really stopping us from walking around his personal quarters here. But apparently he finds his salvation with a sleeper, with these fine young ladies here.
Greetings, Master Iberian.
Ah, I know your face.
Impossible. We've never met before.
But I thought, well, what do you want?
That was his opportunity to try and bluff about his sort of omnipotent powers. Try and pretend, oh, I've seen you in a dream. The sleeper would send you to me. But nope, he missed his chance.
I heard you were looking for something.
That's right. We need a magical focus. We sent the novice Nyras to collect the focus. You could check up for me what has happened.
Oh, yeah?
Why is the focus so important?
It is a magical object. which can concentrate our spiritual powers. It is one of the 5 focus stones used by the mages to erect the barrier. In a vision I saw that we need to use the power of the focus.
Sounds like quite an interesting vision.
My vision was a sign from the sleeper. We can reach him with the focus.
Where shall I begin to search?
Leave the camp, turn right, and go up to the tall cliff. Go beyond the forest until you can see the sea. There, you'll find the focus.
I'll bring the focus back.
Take this map. The location of the focus is recorded on it.
Cool beans. So, well, we got a job from the from the man himself. Seems to be a bit of a strange bird. I don't know if I quite believe in all his glorious sleeper-endowed powers, but at the very least, there should be some interesting rewards to gain from doing all this. So let's get it done. He gave us a map. It's truly not all that hard to find this place. If you just stick to the rock face here and just hug it as closely as possible, you will eventually find your way up and around and onto the cliff. That actually, once I get out of the water, I'll show you. The cliff that we need to get to, in fact, stands right over the temple itself. So we need to get right up there. That's all there is to it. Well, this is an interesting platform here, and there seems to be a novice. This must be Nyras.
Scram! You have no business to be here.
I'm searching for the focus.
Unfortunate, and
Oops,
I'm
God
keeping
damn
it
it.
for myself. The sleeper talked to me last night and made me his only tool. Now I'll only serve the sleeper. No more Templars or gurus. Only me alone. Die!
Wow, that was such good voice acting. I was actually legitimately terrified. Unfortunately, he's a wimp, so he couldn't really hold to his word. So, if you remember this guy, he was a fairly cocky and pretentious novice that we had passed by in the swamp camp, and apparently became convinced. Wow, his blood spattered all the way down here. Apparently, he became convinced that he was the chosen one of the sleeper, in spite of the fact that he is an absolute douche. Alright, so if you are so inclined, you can just take a shortcut down here. And, ooh, that's dicey. Why do you keep doing that? Oh, jeez, that startled me. For some reason, like, I right-clicked a couple times while I was already in the air. For some reason, it just kind of queued those up. I didn't think we could go down that way because I thought it would put us too close to the barrier, but it turns out it was safe. Thankfully. So that saves us quite a bit of time. How was that weapon he had? Pretty lousy, apparently. The Sword of Fia is an apt name. Alright, buddy, I got your blue thing.
I found the focus.
Excellent. You have done us a great favor. Now, take the focus back to Kor Kalom. He'll know what needs to be done.
What about some kind of reward?
Since you're not a member of our Brotherhood, I will reward you. Take this amulet as a sign of my gratitude.
Wow, so I earned more from you guys by not being a part of you. That's funny.
The novice Nyrus has gone mad. He said that the sleeper had talked to him and chosen him as his only servant. Then he attacked and tried to kill me.
The might of the sleeper is so vast that unprepared souls despair over it. Only we gurus, in our years of meditation, have achieved the spiritual strength to bear the voice of the almighty sleeper.
Is that so? Sounds to me like you're all a bunch of nut jobs. You just choose to exhibit those symptoms in a different way. So, we got an amulet. Protection against fire, absolute garbage. But we can sell it for a pretty penny. So now it is time to present ourselves once again to that asshole Kor Kalam. And see what he has in store for us now that we've brought him the focus stone.
What do you want?
I want to give this to you.
Iberian sent me. I have the focus.
Ah, the focus, at last. Now I can study the magic of these artifacts. If I only had enough secretion. Damn.
Damn indeed. Well, goodbye now. Yeah, right.
What kind of experiments do you do?
Didn't mean to choose
My
that.
research take.
Iberian said you'd pay me if I brought you the focus.
Really? He said that? Well then, I suppose 50 ores should be enough.
Boy, you are all so gullible.
Secretion?
Yes. As you must know, I produced the magic potions for the invocation of the sleeper. For this purpose, I need the secretion from the Mindcrawler's mandibles. You know what Mindcrawlers are, don't you?
I don't, so let's pretend we don't.
No.
They are dangerous beasts that creep through dark mines and devour any human flesh they can get. Their mandibles contain a special secretion. I use it to produce a potion which guides the spiritual path to the sleeper.
Speak on.
Well, just a short time ago, I had a vision of the sleeper himself. He gave me a sign. He made me understand that there is a means other than the secretion from the mandibles. And he chose me to pass on this mission. You're not getting this mission from me. You're getting it from the sleeper.
What?
Impossible.
Be silent, fool. He made me understand that the path I have embarked upon is right, but the means aren't strong enough. The right means can be found with the Mindcrawlers, but the mandibles are not sufficient. There must be something else.
I just gotta be.
Have you never examined the Mindcrawlers? I mean, maybe there's another body part which contains more of the secretion.
Of course, we have taken some Mindcrawlers apart, but only their mandibles seem to contain the secretion. There must be something else. Find their nest, and you'll find the answer.
Whoa.
Where will I find the Mindcrawlers?
In the old mine.
What's the best way to fight the Mindcrawlers?
There are Templars in the mine. They hunt the crawlers for their mandibles. Speak to Gornaved. He will help you.
How can I find the nest in the mine?
That's the hardest part of the mission. I can't tell you where to search, nor what to search for. But the sleeper will be with you.
Well,
thank God for that. Now, these two choices here, you can choose one or the other. If you choose dark and sinister kind of search, I think it just gives you like light spells and just stuff that is not very useful at all. If you choose bloody adventure.
Looks like this might become quite a bloody adventure.
Take these potions with you. I am not giving them to you because I want you to stay alive, but because this task needs to be done.
Of course, because you're a scumbag.
I'll be seeing.
May the...
Can't admit that you have a heart of gold after all. Alright. So, before we shall move on, I just want to see if this guy's got anything new. Darian, the smith. He's got more money, at least. Stone Crusher, so he's got no weapons that are better than the Sword of Fear. It's the best one we're going to have for a while. let's just sell him some stuff. And just to keep things together, I'm gonna call the episode here. I'm gonna try and keep recording if it's at all possible for me, but I might have to leave soon. But otherwise, I'll just call it here to make sure we've got one concise episode that I don't have to cut in a weird place. So thank you all for watching. I will be back at the turning of the tide.